Hey guys, happy Sunday. Hey, it's your girl Amanda Miller with 105.7 The Face, and I hope everyone is having an amazing Sunday. So, before we get started, guys, just make sure that, as I always ask, that you've downloaded. I got on my shirt today. 105.7 The Face, our mobile app. Make sure you've downloaded the app to your phone. You can just go to our app, your app store, and download whatever, where you download wherever you download everything else. So at your app store. So you can go there and download 105.7 The Face, take our music everywhere you go. Also, just make sure you're following us on our social media pages, which is 105.7 The Face on both IG and Facebook. Of course, I'm your girl, Amanda Miller, on Amanda Miller Talks, too, on Facebook, and Talk.Queens here. And you can also follow me on our YouTube page, as well, Amanda Miller Talks, and then Amanda_Valley Girl on TikTok. So all of our platforms, you should be able to follow us, and enjoy everything that we bring to you. Amanda Miller Talks and Talk.Queens bring you podcast every Sunday at 7 o'clock. 105.7 The Phase bring you some of the hottest music, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We also look for independent artists and just make sure that we are making sure that you are heard to your fan base. So get at us. Make sure that you inbox us or DM us in reference to your music needs. Of course, always looking to host events, and come out and film those and video those things that we can help you broadcast worldwide. And so today I am hoping that we can have a great conversation, centered around, and I don't know if you guys have seen I Hate You to Death, right? So I was looking, hold on one second, guys, it's just not rolling for me. So be patient, guys, that we're going to try to get people in the room. Also, just make sure that you are following us. Let's see. 1 second. Right, let's see. Hold tight, Southern mate. Hey, lady, how are you?
Hey,
Girl. So I hate that, my new spot is outside. Did I lose you? Hold on, guys. I think I got to join her again. Looks like some kind of way she failed. Um, and again, these things happens, in live broadcasting in this world. So in this day and age of this social media platform, but these things happen. So be patient. Let's see if we can get her on here. Okay. There
there we go. I was
so
so confused. I was like, wait, she was talking to me and I couldn't hear nothing.
happened. So, I was saying that, my new spot is on the balcony. It's raining today, so hate that I'm not able to be out there. I love being out there at night. I love the atmosphere, love the night. Just I love that feel.
The
So,
view, the vibes, the
yes, yes,
views, the
yes, yes.
vibes.
Right. So I hate that I can't be out there today. It's raining and it's wet outside, but if you did not get to watch the show, that's fine. I mean, I know it's Sunday, you busy with the kids, you may or may not have gotten the opportunity to watch it, and that's okay, right? So,
I
it,
did, however,
okay,
read the synopsis.
okay, so that's good.
Because what I will not do is walk in unprepared. So I
Okay,
did, however, read the
that's
synopsis.
that's right, that's right. That's the beauty of this day and age that you can always typically either Google it and read it. YouTube kind of get the trailer of it or anything of those things.
Yeah.
Kind of get an idea of what's going on. But yeah, what's so crazy is this, right? So last night, someone said, "What are y'all talking about on the show tomorrow?" And I was like, "Well, not really sure." My co-host and I, we will get on early and like early in the day. I told myself we'll get on early in the day and we kind of just brainstorm and talk it through and see what those topics are that's trending, or if we got anything in our inbox, we'll talk about those. And so I said, "What do you have in mind, right?" So this is a guy now. So he's like, "So what do you think about females going through your phone?" And I was like, "Well, this we always try to be biased, well, unbiased. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it's partners going through your phone, right?" And then I said, So what's the spin on that though? Is it appropriate? Is it not? What is the ultimate end goal that you're trying to get out of that conversation, right?
Right.
And then they came back and said, or talking about what makes a top notch stand up guy. And so they gave me all of these things that makes it up for them. And I
Mm-hmm.
posted it on the page today, um, just to kind of see the reaction of what I got, right? But to get to this movie, when I watched it, I'm like, okay, so there's a spin twist to wrap all of that into that,
Good one.
right?
We love those moments. We love when we happen in stance to find something that be like everything's
Right.
involved.
So
We
I,
love that.
okay, we can twist all of that in to this movie. And again, like we said last week, we like to talk about things that our audience give us. If it resonates, fine. If not, we understand. But we really want to hear from if you have seen the movie. It's on Tubi. It's called "I Hate You to Death." Take the time to go out there and watch it. But pretty much what it is about is this one guy that's married, actually married, to three women. Now, how you bounce being married to three women around, I don't know. But hey, he was able to, right, hey, but married to three women and was able to literally pull it off, right? But you always know.
Until.
All right.
Until.
You
Because
always
what's done
know.
in the dark will
Come
always
on
come
to
to the
the
light.
light, baby.
Hey,
Hey,
bitch.
Ambition. Hey, Ambition. Hey, Shamar. Hey, guys. We are really wanting you guys to dive in and be engaging in this conversation. And so we'll give a
Side
little
note,
couple of.
Tubi been doing it with the movies lately. Because this is not the first Tubi suggestion I have
Okay.
gotten.
Okay. So we'll throw yours out there too. It was really good. I was like, wow, this is one of the ones that I really did enjoy. I don't know if you've seen I'm Still Here. I'm Still Here was really good also. So check
Mm-hmm.
it out too. But yeah, this was like resonating because I was like, what that person said to me when he was talking about going through the phones is, as that woman, it makes you look silly to go to another woman about your man. And I've always had a stance, don't know why, but and I guess maybe because I'll do it, just transparently. But I've always been one to say, I don't think it's what you do, it's how you do it.
Yeah.
Because I think if it's needed on your heart for clarity, I think it's always a way to approach the things and have a conversation where women should be able to talk,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to argue and give the man out, because now that you're back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
You're at odds with each other, as opposed to getting down to what you're really trying to accomplish,
The
right?
nitty gritty of the situation.
Right. And so in this movie, they were able to do that. And I was like, oh my God, I love this so much because that's so me, right? Because
She said
I just want to get to
twinsies.
I just want to get to the bottom of the story. I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. I don't want to do none of that. I just want to get to the bottom of what I need to get to the bottom of. What's your take?
I've done okay. I will say, high school B, high school B, definitely went and confronted the other woman. Uh, and I say woman like we weren't all in high
Right.
school. We was kids.
Hey, I get it.
Um,
Right.
we was kids. And high school me didn't like snap her and like, so you messing with my man? No, I was just like, hey, my name's B. Don't know if you know my name. Don't know if you know me or not. But I got your number from my boyfriend's phone after you've sent some stuff.
Yeah.
Want to know what's going on? And she was like, oh, so you need to talk to your man. He's here on the phone. So, you want to tell me what's going on? And then in college, I was unknowingly the other person.
Okay.
So I'm getting a phone call from him, and I'm just like, oh, hey, what's up? What's good? Mind you, I wasn't the, oh, we're talking today. No. I was the, I call, you come, you leave type situation.
Okay.
And I was just like, so I answered the phone like he was just another homie. I was like, hey, what's good? What's you doing? He was like, so my girlfriend wants to talk to you. And I was like, hoo, you're what? You have a what now? And she was like, oh, so you didn't know about me? Ma'am, let's be very clear. I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. He approached me, one. And two, he is not the only one that approaches me, ma'am. I don't need to take somebody who has somebody already. You're good. And she was like, oh, so you just want to keep talking to me? I said, no, sweetie, you can have him.
Right.
Matter of fact, you're going to have him because now that I know he got a girlfriend, I'm definitely not going to touch him. But,
Right.
I nobody's homewrecker. But getting into a committed relationship like this last one that I was in, that we were engaged, I saw him talking to, I found out about a couple of times where he was talking to other people. If he saw him or not, I don't know. But I found out about him talking to other people. And I never approached them because at the end of the day, now I've grown up and I've realized like my beef ain't with them. My beef is with you. Because even if they knew about me, it's you who put a ring on my finger, not them. It's
That's true.
you who I'm planning to spend thousands of dollars, well, not thousands, because your girls have to go to the courthouse. But I'm willing to spend hundreds of dollars on to take up your last name. It's me pushing out your leg. It's your legacy I'm pushing out. I ain't talking to her. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So now I sit in the space of if you want to do it. Like if you feel like you need to go and talk to the other woman, or if you feel like you need to go through his phone, that is one thing I have learned. If you feel like you need to go through his phone, that's already something that's telling you
That's
something.
right.
Your
That's right.
intuition is telling you something for a
That's
reason.
right.
Like it's not just in your. And most of the time, dudes try to like not dudes. Some people will try to gaslight and be like, "Oh well, that's your," and they'll try to trauma
That's
shame you.
right.
That's your trauma. That's your damage. You need to put your damage over here. No, sir or ma'am, you're doing some off the wall. You're doing some uncharacteristic. And now I notice it, and my those little things right there, they're up. So if something's telling you to look through it more often than not, there's something to see. But
And then why
I
not?
mean,
And I guess because I am well, let me just say this: I have done that, and so um, why not just ask?
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
asking you that because for me, I've done it. So I guess in my mind, why not just ask to see their phone as opposed to just going through? Because for
I
me,
don't ask for shit.
right,
I'm not asking
because
for
at the end
shit.
of the day, you're probably not going to give it, right?
No, not even that, because I wouldn't. I treat you how I expect you to treat me,
Okay.
and any person, dang near any person that's in my close circle knows the password to my phone. You can go
Okay.
through whenever you want to. Like I don't give a shit. I personally don't have the bandwidth
Gotcha.
to cheat on somebody. Like, I just don't. And if you find something in that phone, it's because I meant you to see it. Like, it's not. I'm not hiding what I'm doing from you. For
Right.
what? You ain't God. What am I hiding? I can't even hide from him. So what am I hiding for? I ain't scared of you and nobody else. So I'm not. I won't expect you to ask to see my phone. So I'm not asking to see your phone. Like, especially if we're on the bill and we're paying the bill and we're doing all these. I pay for this phone too. I can turn this off. Like, what
Right.
you mean? So I'm not asking only because I wouldn't
You
expect you
can
to ask.
ask.
So
Okay. I
so
got you. I got you.
where I have asked. Like in high school, I asked, but
Okay.
oh, Shawty had 2 phones. So
So, guys, we're talking about, if you haven't seen it, we're talking about the movie I Hate You. I hate you to death. I put that in there. I said I hate you so much, but no, it's called I Hate
you
You.
did this.
And it's a Tubi movie that's out there. It's a really good movie. So, guys, if you haven't seen it, go out there and watch it. Right? Because what we're talking about is how, um, in most cases, the women are always feuding with one another about the man. They don't rally around each other. They one feel like the other is out of line, or this is my man, or well, he's cheating on you, or he's making you look crazy. Those type of conversations. But for this movie, and I also, if you're coming on late, I also got a message last night that they was asking what we were going to talk about on the show, and they kind of pitched out there, and this is a guy, about being a top-notch guy, what that looks like, and females that goes through a guy's phone. And then I wanted to turn that around and just say, because guys do it too, probably not as much as females, but guys do it too, right? So
Yes,
with this movie, this one guy, he was married to 3 girls, um, beautiful women. Oh
y'all
my
heard that
God.
right. Married.
Married,
He bagged.
not
He married 3 women.
married to 3 women, right? And so how do you pull that off? Like, what do you say when you're not home with these women consistently? So um, one of the wives, he was this real estate agent, and you had to travel because you sold real estate all over the world. And the other girl, you had a social media firm. He had a social media firm, and she actually knew where his office was, and her friends, his friends knew her. So really, you was the first wife, and so they all knew her, and her pictures was up in his office and things like that. However, she was 25, and he had told her that he was 32, but in all actuality, he was 40. So he was right. So he was very easy. It was very easy to manipulate her to think a lot of things that was going on in his life that really weren't. And so just look at watch your face go like that. And so, and then once that kind of um, settled, he married this other girl. And I don't know what he told her that he did for work, but he was able to manipulate all 3 of them into thinking they were the only women, until the first wife, the 25-year-old, he told her he was going to visit his mom because the mom was sick.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, here's the thing: she had never married. Now you're 25. The mom didn't come to the wedding. You said you've never seen the mom, right? You're married. You've never seen the mom, so you kept asking him to go with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, gaslighting, everything that came up, it was a reason behind it, right? So she started feeling something, intuition kicked in,
Mm-hmm.
and she ended up
Intuition should
falling.
have kicked in if you didn't see this man's mama who was
Absolutely
alive before you got married. That's when intuition could have kicked in. Because the moment that you keeping me from your mama, like you keeping me from your mama,
right. And so I've said that to somebody. If I at certain points, if I don't need
or
anyone,
at least your mother figure. I'll say that because some people
yeah,
really
your
ain't
mother
close with their
figure.
parents, but they're good with
Mm-hmm.
they're the people who raised them. So if you're not introducing to your mother figure, at least, oh no, bro.
Not right. That's weird. Like you say, even if it's your mother figure, after a certain level, and everybody has their stage
Mm-hmm.
in which you invite a person to your family. So introduce someone to your family. So don't get us wrong. We're not saying everybody should be introduced to your family, we're saying at whatever that stage looks like for you.
It's gonna be before you get married.
Okay, definitely before you get married, because she was already married to him, right? So she ended up following him, and of course, he went to the second wife's house. He gaslighted her on that. She didn't confront him. She ended up saying, "Hey," well, she did confront him. She didn't confront him right there. She confronted him at home, and he was able to gaslight her and say that was his sister. She believed it. Smooth operator, baby. Smooth operator.
So let me get this straight. You ain't met a mama. You ain't met a sister. You ain't met a cousin. You ain't met.
No. But it's amazing how some women, this and even though it's a movie, some women are really like this.
Some people are this dense. I was about to say something else, but dense.
Right. That you have not met a soul in these families. They are being able to gaslight you to make it seem like they don't have any family or whatever stories they're telling you. You haven't met any friends, none of this stuff. So when he said that was his sister, she bought into it, but she went over to meet the sister. Her mind said, "You got to meet his family." So she went back over there to meet the sister. That's when she found out it was not the sister. That it was the second wife.
I didn't find out about the third.
So, right. Hey guys, so we're talking about the movie I Hate You to Death. And so want to hear your take on it. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. It is a great movie. It's a must-see. It's a must-see. I promise you'll like it. And so once she got there, it kind of was rocky in the beginning because the second wife felt like, "Girl, stop playing. You knew you weren't coming to meet no sister. You knew exactly where you was coming to." That's kind of like her stance was on it. But the girl was like, "No, seriously, I promise you, I did not." And she was like, "I'm Trevor's wife." And the girl was like, "Well, I'm Trevor's wife." You know?
And you kept the same name.
Right. Yes. And that's the one who told the 25-year-old that he's 40, that he's not 32 or whatever have you. But here's the thing. They had a sit down. She did invite her in, and they did have a talk. And once they talked, they decided that they were both going to confront him, but they needed to put together a plan. In the midst of putting together their plan, they followed him. And that's how they found out about the third wife. This man is married to 3 women, guys. 3 women at the same time.
And they're in the same city?
Same city. Same city. Same city. And you're able to pull that out. The first one was married to him 2 years. The other, she said they were like a little over a year. And the third one, they were freshly, newly married. And so you just all over the place. But here's the thing. Had these women, my point to this is if they had not had a conversation, instead of bickering with one another, they were mature women to have a conversation and put this plan together to say, here's what we're going to do to confront him. Because people, I'm going to say men, people are able to get away with that cheating and all of that stuff that they do because some kind of way it get twisted. People meaning they start being mad at one another, right? And so you get to the root of what it is, and that person is able to wiggle their way still through navigating in those spaces because nobody knows how to confront and have a conversation. But these women done it perfectly well, baby, and they had a master plan. I don't want to tell you guys the story.
I'm about to say, don't spoil it. No spoilers.
I want to talk about it though. They put together a major master plan, but I want to talk about from you guys your thoughts on how do you feel, about the woman reaching out to the woman, or, and men mainly don't do this, but I'm still gonna say it because we don't want to be one sided. Men reaching out to the other man to kind of find out what's happening with their mate, with their mate, because I hear people say, "Oh, them folks laughing at you. You look crazy reaching out to them folks." So, what do you think? What's your thoughts? Yes, Mom.
This is a Tubi movie.
It is.
Yeah.
It's called I Hate You to Death. Amazing movie. Go watch it, guys. But I do want to hear your thoughts, bruh. If you're gonna be open with everyone from the get go, right? Because what you don't know, a lot of times, and these days, it's, well, I ain't gonna say unfortunate, because just because I won't do it, people are more open to
Mhm.
that more than we think. So really
Mhm.
now, why not be open and truthful? Like, I was telling somebody, and I think I had seen it on the show not too long ago, that I met this guy, and I know I posted it, and he asked me, of course, my situation. I asked him his, and when I asked him his, he said he was single. He said, and I'm just looking for. He said, I'm not looking for anything with an attachment, something like that, to that phase. He's like, I'm not looking for anything with an attachment. So to me, that means you're out here wanting to have fun, you want to do your thing, you want a friend with benefits, but you don't want the hassle of an
Mhm.
attachment. And I get that. Be honest. Let's just talk, hey, let's be real. Because what that does, that gives me the opportunity to say, okay, how do you want to navigate in this space? Do you even want to deal with that?
Right. And he says, give them the opportunity to have an informed decision. 1000%. As we said before, this is a Tubi movie, so if you guys want to watch I Hate You to Death, it's Tubi. Go watch it because I know I'm about to. And so is DJ Ambition, because he said, okay, that's it. I'm about to go watch it. I'm watching it as soon as we finish up tonight and I lay these kids
So
down.
what are your thoughts on, guys? Help us out. You know, we like talking and engagement, so let's get something rolling here. So, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think people, what's your thoughts? Do people look crazy reaching out to the other person, going through their phones and reaching out to the other people that see your spouse's phone? If you find something, do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Or like, she went to the back over to the house, and although she didn't think it was going to be there, but she did feel something enough to go
Mm-hmm.
back. You see what I'm saying? So, what are your thoughts on that?
That's my thing. Like I said before, intuition will tell you a lot. Intuition is there for a reason, right? And it prepares you for things. What I appreciate, that's point one. Point two is, what I appreciate is they took the time to make the plan, because sometimes we go in there mad as all get out, because the secondary emotion is always anger. The first may be hurt, the first may be disappointment, the first may be, you know, feeling abandoned, whatever that initial feeling is. That second is more often than not anger. We go in there so half cocked and angry. When I say we, I mean the person who's been done wrong.
That's
We go in there so half cocked and angry that we forget that there is layers to this,
yeah,
like full on layers to this. Because I remember once I had gotten cheated on, and I found out about it from a mutual friend, and I just went over to the house and was like, "Oh, so this what we doing? What
right.
are you talking about? I ain't got but one little piece of proof, but this what we doing?" And I'm like, "Okay." It didn't end up coming back in my face. He was still messing around doing something wrong. But I was like, the way I could have come in here even better had I set the scenario up. Because right
Right,
now, all I have is this initial this, and I can't see if anything happens from there. Right?
right.
Had I taken the time to be like, okay, I saw that, friend him or match with him, let's set this up, see where this goes, so I can better place myself in what's going on.
Right.
To the point that later on, when I was going through a situation, that's what I did. I had he had and this one was real bold, because he took my car to go do whatever he was doing
Oh no.
without knowing that my car had a tracking system on it. So I waited. I eventually, like halfway through the night, I was like, "Bro, you supposed to be home by now." Starting to get nervous, but something else told me something ain't right. So I started. I checked, and something told me like, "Hey, you got tracking on your car." I was like,
Okay.
"Ma'am, you're right." So I go and I check the tracking and I see it's not where it's supposed to be. And I was like, where's this? Hops over to Google Maps, puts on there, sees where it's at. I'm like, this is a house. This is either a house or an apartment, Shotty. What you doing over there? Because that's not where you said you was gonna go. So when dude gets home, he walks in and I act like I've been sleeping. I've been up for hours, but I act like I've been sleeping. I said, "Hey, it's early. What happened? Everything okay? Where you been?" He was like, "Oh, I got so drunk last night and I fell asleep inside the car. I'm sorry." I was like, "Oh, you have?" He said, "Yeah." I said, oh, "Okay. Well, you get you some rest. Go ahead." So I wait a couple hours. I'm like, "Yeah, he gonna wake up and tell me the truth." So he wakes up. Nothing is said. Day keeps going like they never happened. I said, "Oh, okay, we gonna act like we done." Got it, got it, got it. So I say, "Hey, what movie did you go see?" Because that's what you're supposed to be doing. He says, "Oh, I went and saw this movie." I was like, "Okay, what you do after that?" "Oh, me and the guys went for a drink at a pool bar, and then drank a little too much, drove home, got too drunk, slept out in the car." I said, "Oh, damn. Around what time was that?" He said, "Oh, probably around like 1, 2." I said, "Oh, okay, cool, 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 cool." I said, "So, you sure that's what happened?" He said, "Yeah." I said, You sure?" He said, "Yeah." I said, I'm gonna get you one more time. I'm gonna let you, I'm gonna give you one more time. "You sure that's what happened?" He said, "Baby, what's up?" I said, "What's up is it's kind of weird that you say my car been out there since 2 o'clock, but at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was up and my car was at such and such address. You want to see where it was?" And I pulled up the map. He was like, I was like, huh. And it was there from about 1:45 to about 6:47 when it got parked in front of here. So where was my car? Why was my car sitting in a place that you were not? Because according to you, that's not where you were. You was sitting in my car sleep. So how that happen? And I was like, I'm gonna give you one more opportunity before I snap out in here, because we ain't far from the police station. But we're far enough away where if I kill you, they won't get you in time. So what happened? And then eventually, I just went over this my friend's house, and I said, "Oh, was your friend a girl or a boy?" I mean, there's a woman that lives there. Yeah. So let me explain something to you one more time. You want to go off and you want to do unnecessary, you want to cheat, do that. I ain't gonna stop you. Do what you do, my G. But what you're not gonna do is use my car to do it, my gas to do it, or my money to do it. So how about you walk your happy ass to work from here on out? And he did.
What's so crazy about this movie, and I'm hold on, let me see. Mom said, "Man, it's 2023. Unfortunately, everyone ain't emotionally intelligent to be truthful from the jump." Absolutely, because that's all it takes. Just say
That's it.
wrong. I mean, we are wrong yet with
At
being
this point,
wrong.
I don't even think it's emotionally intelligent. I think it's just having the ability to put on your big girl or big boy
And
panties
right,
or drawers
right,
and do your
that's
thing.
right. Because it's so easy, even if you're lying, it's so easy to say, my situation complicated. But say something, acknowledge something.
Don't
I don't care what you
have
say
me.
about
Don't
it.
have me just out here
Right.
like, dude. Anyway, yet with being grown, you need to not only be accountable for yourself and stand firm on yours. Truth, so you're not endangering your safety as well as someone else's health and safety. Yes, Lord.
That's right.
Yes,
Because
Lord.
that's a big part of it as well. Because we're talking about JML 2014. We're talking about the Tubi movie, I Hate You to
To death.
Death. It's a really good movie. Go out there and watch it when you have the opportunity. About this one guy who's married to three women unknowingly to them. Um, but to Mom's point about health and safety, like you're married to three women. So with that being stated, more than likely you aren't using
You
protection.
out here hitting it
And
raw.
that's right. And then I know for a fact you were with the first two because one was pregnant, the second wife was pregnant. The first wife was pregnant, but ended up having an abortion because he was utterly mad that she was pregnant, which was weird to me because that's your first wife. She was pregnant, and you was extremely mad. But the second wife, was, was mad about her being pregnant. You were okay with that. So, man, throwing everybody, yeah, right.
I couldn't help but laugh. I'm sorry. As soon as I read it, I was like, oh, yes.
For real, for real. Like this,
Hey,
we
to any, no, because you just said because it's
real.
true. To any female, to any women identifying people that are out there, if out of nowhere, if everything in your life is normal, and out of nowhere your pH balance get a little thrown off, but ain't nothing else changing in your system, but this dude you messing with, sweetheart, somebody
Right,
trying to tell you
right,
something.
right. Just spreading
Somebody trying to spread bacterial vaginosis everywhere. Gross. Oh my god.
But people just don't get it. Like they just don't get it when it comes down to the your health and safety. Because again, like you just said, great points, Mom. That really, although funny, it is so true. We're talking about
Very true.
this man is married to 3 women. Um,
Mm-mm.
so you sleeping unprotected with your wife's wives.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm-mm.
and beautiful women. Oh my God, amazingly. And I'm not saying looks matter, but what I'm just saying is,
I
these
mean,
are
if you bad, you bad.
that's right. Anybody can go through this. Anybody can go through this. And beautiful, beautiful women.
Y'all, Beyonce got cheated on.
Yeah, absolutely. It matter. It doesn't matter. You know.
I say Beyonce got cheated on. I assure you, anybody.
That's right. Absolutely. Man, listen, the comedian at Mojo Boots be speaking on this and his comedy. Right, right. What about the BB and the pH balance being off?
Man.
But yeah, this is a must see, great movie. And the point that I was wanting to bring out is how our sisters, and they were unfortunate, they were black in this movie, but it's a Tubi
Well, it's
movie, y'all.
a Tubi movie, so.
Right. And saying white folks exempt, we just saying it's a
Oh
Tubi movie.
no, there's another. There, I was gonna tell you for all our less than melanated viewers,
Right.
there is a white equivalent. It's called The Other Woman.
Okay.
Has Cameron Diaz in it. Nicki Minaj is in there too. You know.
Oh wow. I have to go out
Yeah.
watch it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
theirs didn't end up that way. He was married to one person, not three, but he was dating 3 people.
yeah,
But they came together in their good little moment of sisterhood and screwed this man to hell. My God, it was beautiful. My God, it was
yeah,
beautiful. But
yeah.
go watch it. It's dope.
Great to go see the other woman. But yeah, in this movie, these sisters rallied together. Like they didn't start out that beefing with each other. They didn't start all of the I had it first, girl, you just mad. Um, all of that stuff. They had conversations. They sat down. They talked about it. They was like, look, girl, when you became the wife, how long you been knowing and this, that, and the third, and what are we gonna do about it, and how we gonna fix this, and what's next? It was that type of stuff. It wasn't. Now I got to throw shade at you on Facebook. Now, right?
Because baby, okay. So even in the high school times of me, right? Because full transparency, and J Mill 2014 can tell you he was there. Even in my high schoolness, right? I didn't blame anybody else
Mm-hmm.
but the person that I was messing with, because you are the common denominator in this scenario. If any of us remember math, once you get to that common denominator, that's the thing that locks everything in. That's the thing that's the most to do with the entire situation. It's the nucleus of the situation. So I need to be upset at the cause,
That's right.
not the effect.
That's right.
The cause. Like, what are you doing to do this? Like, I was never that one that was just like, man, that. Granted, I almost got in a fight with one of them because she called me a bitch. But that was because she called me a bitch, and I wasn't having that.
Right.
So it wasn't because of the dude. It was because of her. But I, even to now, like even in my adult relationships, my job isn't to be mad at her.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, she's not the one who's made any type of commitment to me. Now, if that's your friend or something like that, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, whole new conversation.
That's different. But if this is just some random chick you don't know, like this woman has no, this woman or man, because hey, people be dipping in both pools every now and again. This person has no responsibility, no no real investment in what's going on between the two of you. This person isn't an intruder inside y'all's relationship. No. The fire got started from inside the house.
Right.
Not outside. Right. It's not an outside accelerant. The fire got started because you forgot to turn off the electric heater and spark the plug by the drapes. That's what happened.
Right.
So figure out the cause and then go outward, because once you figure out that cause, the outward either stop or that cause is going to get you another house. Like either way, there's no point in doing that, to the point of when my children's father jumped into relationships so fast, my antennas was like, something's not right. Like something's a little off. To the point that eventually I found out that timelines he was telling me, he wasn't telling her. As soon as we got over with, he was already talking to somebody else and bridged into this one and then this and X, Y, and Z. And I was just like, my dude, that's insane. And then something told me like, hey, yo, check the timeline when y'all started dating. So I go back and I start talking to folk around the situation and found out that same situation happened.
Right.
Only I truly was, without being known to me for real, I truly was perceived as the person that just came in and took everything. Right. Me thinking that a situation had been over for months. And I'm like, yo, this is a pattern. Dude will do this. He'll say, oh, I've been single for this long amount of time, where it's kind of socially acceptable that, okay, you might be getting yourself back out there. You just so happen to find that perfect person for you, right? So a lot of the times, history is repeating itself.
Right.
But it takes that one person to really lean into their intuition and be like, hey, something's not right.
Find out. Like, that's why I say you don't have to, and I'm not promoting nobody to do anything that is not in their DNA. That's just me. I'm just saying,
please don't.
Right. If it means for you to get receipts, I'm gonna say receipts.
Right.
If you need receipts by reaching out to the other party, I say, I don't see anything wrong with it. I said what I do see something wrong with. You can't go to them people as if, like she said, them people owe you something, and that because they don't. Absolutely.
Because I know if you come to me, I'm liable to cut you out. Like, hold on, sweets.
Right.
Especially if you get a little too reckless with the mouth. Because at first, like I said, it's happened to me before where somebody's been like, you talking to my man. First off, I didn't know he was your man. My bad. You can have him all the way. I don't want him. But had Shawty come at me hella sideways, like, I'd be like, calm down.
Right. Calm down. And being there too, like you said, having to call people out, like, Shawty, you ain't got to do all that. I see you.
Right.
Like, bro, you ain't even relevant enough for me to even speak on that. Hey, I see you, babe.
And that's it.
And that's it. I mean, you can't get me out of character. Hey, baby, I see you. But if you come to me saying, hey, I'm such and such, like the lady did, and such, and you say, well, I didn't know that, blah, 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 I welcome you to have a conversation, because again, he's pulling the wool over both of us. It's not right. It's just me that's being the person that's getting played. It's all of us. And so in this movie, he was playing three people. He was literally married to three women.
Honestly, it's the married for me. Right? Like, first off, because I'm assuming to get married, you got to be in somebody's courthaus. How on God's green earth did nobody find this out? Like,
he would not what? Movie.
I don't care if it's Tubi. Tubi ain't got that much jump from reality. Like, good goddamn, you have to file a petition to get married. Like, you mean to tell me nothing popped up? Like,
guys, it's awesome. It's an awesome movie. Please go watch it. Let's read some of the comments.
Oh Lord, bruh, accountability gotta happen. Either you gonna hold yourself accountable, or the energies will hold you accountable. 1,000%. Because again, what's done in the dark
always come to the light. I don't care if it's a month in. I don't care if it's 6 months in. I don't care if a year in.
Let me tell you something. 6 years later, what was done in the dark came to the light. Because literally a week after me and my child's father got together, he ended up cheating on me. I didn't know about it. He says he forgot. January 2022. We got together in May 24th, in May 2016. January 2022, we got a confirmation saying that he had fathered a child who was 15 days older than my daughter.
Well, let's read J Mill
What's
24.
done in the dark?
And I'm gonna speak to that as well. What you
What's
just said.
done in the dark, y'all?
Yeah,
Your intuition and your body always tell you something is wrong first. Something you just gotta leave. I think it means sometimes you just gotta leave and have discernment. Yes, Lord. And sometimes that discernment gonna hurt.
that's
It's
right.
best to go and have it.
Right. That's right.
Love and feelings wanting is wait. Love and feeling wanting is cute, but your self-worth and self-edification, yes, is more valuable.
Absolutely.
Yes, Lord. Facts.
I
Shimon said facts, but I believe it was facts to that.
right.
Cause
Absolutely. I certainly agree. So guys, we're talking about the Tubi movie. I
hate
hate
you.
you to death. I hate you to death. Must see. Go watch. One guy married to three women, but with this being stated, these
In the same city, in the
same
same
city,
state.
in the same city, and he was able to pull it off. First wife he was married to for 2 years, the other a year and a half, and then he was newly wedded to the third woman. But same city, so he was a smooth operator, able to pull it off until somebody. The second wife really did say she had red flags. The first one, she was 25. She was like she had no idea. Her little thing was so in so in love. But I get it. She's 25. She's dating this older guy. He's successful. He's taking care of her. So the red flags for her really wasn't red flags. But the second one,
they was
they
maroon.
were right.
They was maroon. They may not have been red. They was maroon. Because if they weren't maroon,
Right.
she wouldn't have went over.
Right. Oh my goodness, so funny. But yes, and so the key to all of this is how we're saying that normally when you, well, let me tie it in. I had gotten a phone call asking what we were going to talk about on the show today. And then there was a guy, he said, well, why don't you talk about women going through their mate's phone, well, their guy's phone, but it's vice versa. So it happens on both sides. So I wanted to say going through your mate's phone. So my thing was, so what's the purpose of going through the phone to do anything? What's going to be the purpose, right? When you get the outcome, when you get whatever you're getting out of the phone, if you're not going to leave, what's going to be the purpose? Well, right. So with that being stated, once I saw this movie, I was like, okay, we can tie in the two because of the simple fact when they got the information, they did something with it. Instead of feuding with each other, they sat down, these three women, and made a plan. Here's what we're going. I'm not going to tell the movie because I want you guys to go out there and see it. Because
I feel like a hint to what happened
oh my
was in
God,
these comments a little bit.
yes.
Because I can only see that being the outcome
Oh my God.
in one of these comments. Because one of these comments, I think, said it pretty well. There's one that says, at healing is never easy, but after the storm, you will see the sunshine. Yes, Lord. It said, bruh, lucky he ain't end up shot. I feel like
You
that
like
would have been my
that's what I would have
response. Because, sir, you're not about to sit, and I'm your first wife, so I'm the one that's legally your wife, and I'm the one that's gonna get your insurance anyway. So I'm gonna have one of them hoes. I'm gonna have one of them heifers shoot you and pay for her legal defense. Like I tell people all the time, there is beauty in disaster. Some things, these things, sometimes I believe these things gotta happen for you to grow and mature. These things have have happened for maturity and growth. Yeah.
I agree.
So
And so again, it was awesome. So guys, definitely a must watch. But I want to hear your thoughts on because I hear people when I was talking to the guy about going through the phones, I said, so what's your take on it? He said, well, I think that it makes the woman who's approaching look silly. And so I said, why is that? And I think that's some gaslighting in
I was
there.
about to say,
Right. I think that's some gaslighting. And if you're telling your woman, oh, them folks, you calling them folks and them folks laughing at you and you doing this. First of all, I wouldn't even care because I don't know you. Laughing at me or not, I don't know you. So, and that makes me know, never mind.
And I will probably never see you
And
a day in my life, your life,
right,
or somebody else.
right. I'm trying to have a conversation with you so that you don't look just as stupid as me. But a lot of times,
that's not how most women see it.
that's right. Most women don't see it that way. You thinking that we're approaching with the intent of cutting you down, making you feel bad, and just coming with the rah rah rah.
Some
No,
people see it as a piece of persecution.
right, absolutely. And at the end of the day, it's just like if women can sit down and have conversations, then a lot of this junk will be exposed. And vice versa. But we be so defensive
Yep.
when a woman comes to us. We be so defensive that, girl, what you? I remember going through it. Girl, what you calling me for? Wait a minute, hold up, pit bull. I mean, right.
You
I
need to
ain't
talk to your man. Hold on.
I ain't
I
come
did.
dangling state. I ain't come dangling state for you. I came in peace. I came in peace. I came in peace because the only thing I'm trying to figure out is what you know and what you don't know. Because if you don't know,
I just need the chain of events. That's all.
that's right.
This ain't me coming at you. This me coming at him. I'm trying to gather
My receipt,
my resources.
my
I'm trying to make sure that this term paper come in at 100.
I at an
I'm
A.
trying to make
That's
sure
right. I make sure I got an A on this thing all the way so that I
APA
leave no
format
stone
reference
unturned.
check.
That's right.
'Cause, So we have a comment that says, "Do not go through that man's phone. Do
Go
not go through
through
that man's
that.
phone."
Jerry said with it, do not go through there. Right.
My Martin Day Barbara and Shirley. Yup. Cause I'm about to. I don't. He coming home anyway, but I just need to
Yeah,
know. I just
right,
want to
girl.
know.
Right. I just wanted to know, but boy,
I just
I'm not.
want to know.
Yes. And
Because I'm
so,
trying to better prepare myself. Because if he coming to you, also if he coming to you, I want you to know where he's
that's
coming.
right.
Because he coming to your house soon. Because he about to get kicked out of mine.
Right.
But
So,
here's the thing. I'm not against going through the phone because the nosy resource grabbing side of me truly is like, let me make sure I got all my the tactician, there it goes, the tactician in me is like, let me make sure, thumbs up, let me make sure I got all my ducks in a row,
I think
because when he try it, because if you try it, I want to make sure I got this avenue covered, this one. He try to do a nice little, you ain't gonna get no pick sixes over here, no,
right.
no. We not, no interception. This is what's happening. I need to have the road laid. But the healed person of me,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
the advice I would give to my child,
Okay. What would you
which is
tell your child?
what I would tell my child is,
Okay.
sweetheart, if you feeling this type of way, leave that man and go on to the next victim, my baby. It ain't
But let
worth
me
it.
tell you something.
It ain't worth
This
it.
is the way I look at it.
Now, if you need that for your peace,
I need it for
take
my
it.
peace. Here's why I need
Take
it
it.
for my peace.
If you need it for your
But
peace, take it. But if you don't need that for your peace, let that shit ride.
because I may be wrong. Because what we always think isn't always right. And so
Okay.
I just gotta be
You
concrete.
gotta be right.
I gotta be concrete, boy. That when I come, boy, I got everything that I need. So no stones left unturned. It's like when he told her that was the sister. Really, to be honest, it really could have been simply because she's never met the sister.
That's her dumb. You know what?
And so with that stated, she
Say something rude.
hold on.
Say
He
something
was
rude.
able to convince her that was his
Let me tell
sister.
you something. That couldn't have been my friend, because I'd have been like, ma'am, I'd have told you before you married that man. Let me get this straight, sweetie. Let's just bring this. Let's just stop being in ha 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 fairy I love you land. Let's stop being digmatized, because bring that down.
Right, you're
Let's
right.
have some
Right.
common sense here, real quick. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't met this man's mama figure or mama. You ain't met no sisters. You ain't met no brothers. You ain't met no cousin Pookie them. You ain't met nobody that can say they blood related to this man. Not, hey, we like kinfolk. No. I don't need like kinfolk. I need the ones that if something happened and I gotta plan a funeral, I gotta get a car for you. That's who I need to have had some conversation with before I put anybody's ring on my finger.
Right. See, my post where I said I will ride this wave with you a long time, but I am not. If Mr. Right come along, I am jumping on the ship with Mr. Right because I am not going to be on your obituary as a special friend.
Special friend.
No,
I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
Right.
I'll be damned. That means I ain't got no rights. That means I done had to deal with your mama and them to even give you the service that you in the burial that you want. Oh no, Shawty. Because I'm quick to be like, it's my way or the highway.
Or here I am sniffing and falling all over the place at the funeral, and somebody saying, "Well, who is that?"
Oh yeah, that's just his friend.
Right.
You know, they've been together. You know, his girlfriend.
Like, I don't know that girl.
They've been
the girl that
yeah,
was
you ain't know they've been together for like 5 years. Yeah. Like 15 years. They've been not. Oh, it's been longer than that because they was together in high school too. Like I ain't got time for that shit.
Somebody saying, I don't know who that lady was. It was a lady that just crying, and somebody said, the family saying, I don't know who that was. But
you know what? I think about our family, and my God, that could never happen because we would be in there acting a fool. We'd be like, "Excuse me, who are you?"
You see what I'm saying?
You know,
so like you were saying, as far as the movie, like he gaslighted her and told her that that was the sister, and she believed it. But again, she didn't. Here you are, 25 years old. He's getting over. He's manipulating her. He's winding down her. He's taking care of her. He's spoiling her, and whatever he say, she believed it. But like you said, she digmatized, and so I like that word. And so a lot of times, even with being 25, I say, I'm putting on age. A lot of women, you digmatized. I mean, when you got good sex, you just got good sex. But reality kicks in somewhere.
And you need that one friend. And that's why I tell people, you need a village. You need that at least one friend that's going to always keep it a beam with you.
Right.
And I must say, in high school, I had like 2 of those. Three. I had like 3 of those. Jamie being one. That would just be like, hey, let's rear that back. Let's think about this real quick. I know you're upset, but let's bring this back to reality real quick. What's going on here? Because sometimes you really do need that. So after Modern Day Barbara and Shirley, we also have Damn Cuz Not Victim. I don't know victims out here, cuz I'll shoot you. Anyway, it ain't never that serious. I assume this is about going through the phone. But does that lead to later on paranoia within your next relationship? Always trying to get facts and going through phones? Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, no. But that's why I said
it could if you don't do this. It's a slippery slope.
Right.
It could.
So let me answer that. So in reality, just keeping it above, that's why I said I need my receipts, because I've been there, done that. And so I don't want to be paranoid in my next relationship. And I see myself doing that sometimes, saying, dang, is it really this? Is he really moving like that for a reason? Is it really true that he's doing it? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, I gotta have facts. If I don't have facts, I move in a space of, when you moving funny, when you moving funny, boy, that thing for me.
I have recently stepped back into this dating pool. And so far I'm not saying I'm not feeling nobody, because that's not true. But the people that I'm starting to want to give my attention to, none of them have moved in a weird, particular way. But what I have decided is I'm going to move like you move. So whatever you give off, that's what I'm gonna give back. If this is gonna be a reciprocal type situation. So if you giving off weird vibes, cool, that's good. I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna do whatever I'm doing. If you giving off I want to be around you vibes, okay, cool. Let me be around you. Let me do what's up. If I feel something, I'm going to say something, because too much. That's something that I do have from my past relationship. Too many times did I feel something and not say a word and let it just like sit and muster
Right.
and come to this point to where it's so many little things now. It's this explosion of things, and now everybody's sitting here like, what the fuck? And I just don't need that anymore because it's too much.
But
So that's something that
right.
I've done. But
That's what I do.
even from the
Reciprocate
relationship
energy.
where I
You're
did
right.
go through the phone,
Mm-hmm.
since I have that mentality of you can go through mine, it never really was a bother to me. And any dude that I talk to, the dudes that I talk to now, I ask. Matter of fact, this dude that I might see today, me and him had that conversation. I was like, is it weird if I ask you for your phone? And he was like, no, if we get to that space, I don't care. If I got something to hide, you'll see it.
Right.
Because we have a really similar thought process when it comes to that. Like if I want to hide something, I just don't want you to be
Right.
around, and I'll tell you what it is. But if it's me and you, it's me and you. That's it. And
Right.
I'm like, okay, cool. So I think it can any piece of any trauma can go over into your next relationship, and almost all trauma goes over to your next relationship for real. Kind of, you just have to know how to better handle it
Mm-hmm.
and give whoever that new person is a more of a benefit of the doubt, because until that person shows you their colors, you really can't go off of somebody else from
Absolutely.
another palette.
That's
You just
why I
can't.
struggle, because you're right. You really can't go by that. So I try to give grace in that space. Um, in some situations, because just because I'm thinking in my past that that's what would have been, doesn't necessarily make that true in the new one.
Yeah.
But I'm always on my guard. I'm
Yes. Yes.
always
Yes.
on my guard. I'm always making sure that when it doesn't look right, like you said, I bring it up. I'm always speak to it, and where I normally in my past relationship wouldn't have,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm always bring it to your attention, whether you like it or not.
I
But
will say, don't be on your guard, and this is just something that I've had to deal with too. Don't be on your guard so much so to where you become cold
yeah,
to
I agree.
certain things.
I agree.
Because somebody tried to give me flowers, and a part of me, this is before this is when I knew I wasn't ready. Somebody tried to give me flowers, and I was just like, "Is everything okay? Did you do something?" And he was like, "Whoa,
Right, right.
no, I just saw flowers and thought of you." I was like, "Oh shit, let me chill."
So I
I'm not ready
that
for this yet.
definitely, and we'll and thank you, Jamil. We appreciate you. So let
Thank you
us
for the time check.
yeah, so let's kind of tell you guys and wrap it up in summary. So as we always tell you guys, please drop us um, your inbox of messages, whether it's to Southern Maid, whether it's to me. Please let us know what type of conversations you want to have. I was talking to somebody yesterday, talking to a guy, and he was like, "So what's the show about tomorrow?" I was like, "Well, Southern Maid and I really haven't talked about it yet." But person was like, why don't you talk about mates going through each other's phone? Well, he was like females going through their dude's phone, but guys do it too sometimes. So I want to make sure that we tied it both into mate instead of male female. Going through the phones, my initial thought was, hey, if you're going to go through the phone, but you're not going to do nothing about it, if you find something, you're not going to leave, or either what are you looking for? How much of that is going to make you stop dealing with that person, right? And then I ended up seeing the movie today. I Hate You to Death on Tubi. Great movie. Go watch it. One man married to three women, gaslighting, finagling the situation, really able to navigate in this space in the same city with three beautiful women until, like B said, everything goes on in the dark, comes to the light no matter when you think it will come, and it did. But instead of these females bickering with each other, they were able to sit down, the three wives, and have a conversation and put together a plan of how they was going to approach this man that had married all three and was actually finagling them through this whole 2-3 year marriage that he had been with the first wife. So guys, go watch it. I won't tell the rest of it as far as what the plan looks like because it is amazing. But hats off to these beautiful queens, these beautiful sisters for sitting down, putting together this plan, baby, and making it come to life. Because most sisters were arguing. Don't call my phone. Don't do this. Men are able to get away with that foolishness because we at odds with each other. Stop doing
And we
that.
believe they sorry asses.
Come to comments, guys, and then we're gonna close it out, and I'll let you do that. I think we got two.
We do. We have therapy is necessary in any traumatic experience, relationships included. That is 1000% true. And if you do not think that a bad relationship can give you a traumatic situation, it can. It can give you PTSD symptoms. I'm speaking as someone who had them, and my therapist had to tell me that I had them. So it is 1000% possible. Any traumatic event can lead to some type of PTSD. So please get some therapy in every situation. You should be having therapy in general. And if nothing else, every little 6-month check-in, just, make sure everything's good. But just remember, we go to doctors to make sure that our bodies are healthy. Go to a therapist, make sure your mind's healthy, bro. Just like you go to a dentist, a doctor. If you got these glasses like I do, you go to an optometrist. Get your body right, your whole body right. We say here every single time that we get ready to close out, well, I say, life is not a dress rehearsal, so please make sure that you are living each day, each and every day, like it is your last, and you can do that by
Always, there's a lot of amazing people out there. If you aren't one, become one. So you can certainly, like she said, do those things by being an amazing person. And by being an amazing person, that means you do not gaslight 3 women. Now, I'm just like
to sit here and marry you.
Right. Marry 3 women
In the same city.
In the same city, but it just goes to show that, hey, men can get away with stuff as long as people can get away with stuff as long as we allow. Stop letting people say, and I'm gonna say this so we can continue to next week. And guys, I want you to come back with some engaging conversation.
Yes.
Stop letting people say they do not want their business or their relationship on social media. I saw a post about this, and we're gonna talk about it next week, right? So here's what it said. You can have a private relationship on social media as long as everybody knows y'all together. Which means,
hey yo.
So stop letting and people get away with that stuff because we allow it. Because you don't have to put all your business out there on social media, but if people know you together, you don't have to post all of that stuff. It's amazing. So let's talk about it next week, guys. Love you guys. Have an amazing week.
Bye.